I'm Bob Walmsley, President of Tailwind Strategies, and I'm here to spend a couple of minutes talking about why B2B buying and selling cycles are now so incredibly out of sync. So if we think about how we trained salespeople for the last 20 years, the whole idea was that in the discovery process, the salesperson would ask the prospect lots of questions, and when they needed a set of information, they would control the sales cycle by providing some segment of that information. But if they wanted further information, they may perhaps ask in return for a set of information themselves about how the paper process may work. Or alternatively, they may ask for access to other people in the account, perhaps that person's boss or someone else that was relevant to the sales cycle. Unfortunately, now that process is obsolete. Buyers now are in control of the process, no longer the sellers. So a buyer, if they're typically researching a topic, will put that term into Google, they'll end up on a website, and then they'll start researching that information. They'll look through the website, maybe they'll download some information, and then they'll consume that content and then come back perhaps a few days later to educate themselves further, perhaps look at a competitor's website, an industry website, but generally they're educating themselves significantly without the salesperson even being aware that a sales cycle is occurring. Only at the point where there's some content that they absolutely feel is essential to that research process will they provide enough content that a salesperson can contact them. And even if they do provide that information, many times they won't actually want to be contacted by a salesperson. So the buyer is now in charge of this process. So what can we do about that in the new Sales 2.0 world? Well, the first thing we have to do is we have to put technology in place to allow us to recognize this buying interest early. We don't want a sales cycle to occur where we lost the sales cycle and we didn't even know there was one going on. So identifying buying interest early is essential. Second thing we need to do then is respond to that buying interest in a high quality value add fashion, but in real time. Buyers now have reduced attention spans and we must immediately respond to their needs, but that need needs to be that response needs to be of very high quality. So the competitor now for a salesperson in this whole cycle is typically their own website. So a salesperson needs to be able to provide more content and be perceived as adding more value than their own website. For further information about this topic and many other topics in the new Sales 2.0 world, check out tailwindstrategies.com. Thank you.